Hello everybody, I'm Nam. Welcome to Enjoy the Movies, where I, Nam, put in my 2 cents about movies. I haven't done one of these in a long time, but I just saw a movie that I definitely really have to talk about. Today I want to talk about Wreck-It Ralph. I went to see it with my girlfriend and a friend of mine. First, for those of you who don't know what the movie's about, here's an abridged trailer for you.
I'm gonna wreck it!
Fix it, Leon!
I can fix it!
Closing time, last game, everyone out.
My name's Wreck-It Ralph.
I'm gonna wreck it!
30 years I've been doing this. It starts to feel hard to love your job
I can fix it!
when no one else seems to like you for doing it.
Same as it ever
I'm
was.
gonna wreck it!
Same as it ever
I'm
was.
gonna wreck it!
Same as it ever
I'm
was.
gonna wreck it!
Sure must be nice being the good guy.
Nice share, Ralph. As fellow bad guys, we've all felt what you're
I
feeling.
don't want to be the bad guy anymore.
It was a great movie for several reasons. There was a lot of humor.
Why are your hands so freakishly big?
I don't know. Why are you so freakishly annoying?
There was a lot of comedy.
Are you a hobo?
Listen, I try to be nice. You're mimicking
You're
me.
mimicking me.
That is rude, and this conversation is
And
over.
this conversation.
It was not just age appropriate for kids, but it was also age appropriate for adults. There are some jokes in there that I don't think everybody will get.
Stand by, my Cuberdese is a little rusty. Ralph's gone to hero's duty?
One of the things that I really liked was the number of allusions it had for tons of different video games. A movie like this has so much depth because there's so many different layers of it. There's the normal plot layer where you kind of get the story and the characters, but then every little tidbit that they put in the movie had some historical origin in video games. This movie has so many little tiny things that only people that are probably my age, maybe a little bit younger, and definitely a little bit older, will be able to appreciate, and maybe in coming generations they probably won't really understand anymore. But the general premise is it takes place inside an old arcade. If you end up going to watch the movie, you know that all the events take place in this one arcade. It's called Litwak's Arcade. Whenever the arcade closes, the game characters all come out and intermingle and have fun and interact with each other. Basically they have a social life. Like, the games don't get turned off at night, they actually are left on. So inside the game, the Wreck-It Ralph character is in. It's called Fix It Felix, and basically the premise is Felix fixes the building that Ralph wrecks. Now, I was wondering if this was actually a real game throughout the whole thing, and then I came to the conclusion that it probably wasn't. Did some research, and it wasn't a real game, but it went live a little while ago on the Disney site. I'll have links in the notes, so if you guys want to try it out, you can go to the Disney site direct, and you can actually go and play it. The other two big games that were mentioned were Hero's Duty and Sugar Rush, and both of them are also games created just for this movie. Definitely want to talk about the characterization. The main character, Ralph, feel like he's a great, well-written character, played by John C. Reilly, and he does an excellent job voicing this character. Like, to be honest, I just felt the entire time, I didn't think, oh man, that's John C. Reilly speaking. That's Wreck-It Ralph. So they did wonders with the voices. And Sarah Silverman, I really felt like she acted like a little girl voice. So my favorite character was Vanellope, the character that Sarah Silverman played. There was just so much excellent dialogue that went on between her and John C. Reilly's character, Ralph. And that was great. I feel like a lot of other people's favorite character might be Sergeant Calhoun, which is Jane Lynch's character. Now, if you've ever heard Jane Lynch in anything else, you'll know she's a hard ass. And that really makes the sergeant really believable. So before watching this movie, I heard from quite a few friends that they had seen the movie, and generally everybody ended up liking it. And to be honest, it far exceeded my expectations. I thought this movie was excellent. Now, some people might see this as kind of a rehash of a lot of other Disney movies, but they took a really interesting topic to me, not only because I'm a nerdy, geeky person, but the level of depth that this topic has, video games in general, and this dying video game culture of arcades. What happens to a video game after it's been there for too long and its interest wanes. Also, it's an animated film about video games where they show a DDR machine. I was really excited about that. Overall, I thought that this was a great film. Definitely recommend. It's a must-see for all ages. If you're younger, you'll probably find it funny and the characters interesting. Bright and vibrant colors. If you're a little bit older and you enjoy video games, there's so many different video games that they reference in this. You'll see Capcom characters. Definitely see Zangief, Ken, Ryu. You'll definitely see Sega characters. Sonic makes a small appearance. You'll see Bowser. To be honest, Bowser didn't say anything either. He just breathed fire. Mario was mentioned, but he was actually never on screen. Q*bert's in there. Pac-Man's in there. Game Central Station. Pretty cool place. And for the adults, there's definitely some clever humor, clever writing, and it's comedy, definitely a little bit above the kid's head, but hopefully you can actually get it because you lived at a time in which these cultural things actually existed. Overall, I thoroughly enjoyed the movie. I enjoyed it so much. It was an incredible movie experience for me. I think this is going to be probably one of my favorite video game movies ever, depending on what other movies come out in the future. So other than that, definitely recommend. Wreck-It Ralph is a very good watch for anybody who wants an action comedy animation. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed my review, and have a good night.
Ralph abandoned his game.
Where's the wrecking guy?
Welcome to Game Central Station. Trains for all game destinations now boarding.
Everything changes now.
Where's Ralph?
Stand by, my Cubertese is a little rusty. Ralph's gone to hero's duty?
Get out of this game, buddy! Ralph,
Your game jumping?
What's your name?
Wreck-It Ralph.
Why are your hands so freakishly big?
I don't know. Why are you so freakishly annoying?
All right, ladies, the kitten whispers and tickle fights stop now.
When did video games become so violent and scary?
Are you a hobo?
Listen, I try to be nice. You're mimicking
You're
me.
mimicking me.
That is rude, and this conversation is over.
This conversation.
That was really cool too.